of 3 degrees, peaking at 20, Pretoria 4 and 22, and Vereeniging 1 and 21 degrees. Loluthando Ngeno, Eyewitness News.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
Comfort ends where Marawa Sports Worldwide begins.
Go to work.
Reaction Monday.
My Reaction Monday.
My Reaction Monday.
It's Monday today. It's Reaction Monday.
If it's shaking sport, we are already on it.
Yes, he's put the afterburners on. He has 25 to swim. It's Leclerc in front. Morgan in second place. Irvine in third. In fourth, it'll be Duncan Scott. But they're not going to catch this man. He won it in Delhi. He won it in Glasgow. And he's already won the 50 here. Chad Leclerc, you're a star.
Siyacela man amathimu wethu amatikiti mayezokhuphuka asaziswe kusaseni isikhathi badalwa amathimu wethu phangele inyuku yokungena estadium amatikiti awakwazi kusuka ku-60 yake ku-100 uhamba 20 40 68 we are worried nge-cup game ukuthi izoba imalini we are worried ngedabi siyalithanda ibhola yes lisakhula and then most of the time ama-sold out yes abakhona esigodini yase-Soccer City but abanye abakhona.
It's very, very even. 4 or 5 abreast, but look at the South African Dambile. He storms clear here. It's going to be a big win for him. The silver goes to Onwuzurike on the outside Nigerian, and then Jamaican Taylor there taking the bronze. But there was no stopping Senesifo Dambile, a finalist at the World Championships last year. Absolutely fantastic.
The PSL competition and club managers needs higher standards. The attitude of the players must become more professional in and outside the club. From the bottom of my heart, I hope that things will go well for Bafana Bafana and that the necessary steps will be taken to become even better. I wish to my successor all the best and hope that he can take this final and important step. I will also thank the Minister of Sport for his unconditional support, infectious enthusiasm and commitment to the national football team.
Banyana swung, come out again. Under 20 minutes of the 90 to go. Urgency beginning to come out from the South Africans. Oh, that's what they needed. Tembi Katlana showing us what she is all about as she rifles one past. Is that the spark? Is that the lifeline? Well, there's a check clearly going on. And then flick forward, in behind. Is this the moment for South Africa? Oh, they've done it! Surely they've rescued a point at the very least. All the substitutes come off the bench to celebrate. Thumping volley from Hilda Nagaya. Brilliantly taken. Diakite not given a chance. They fall to the floor. Banyana. But they at least have a point.
Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live.
Well, at least have a point. What is the point? The point is to go to the World Cup. That's the point. Has it been good enough? I don't know what your observations have been around Banyana, but for me, there's been a slight disappointment, a major disappointment, in fact, with how they've applied themselves. Yes, there is still a lifeline. Yes, there's still a possibility, but is it good enough? So that and a whole lot more. And of course, Betway Premiership back again. We've waited long and hard for the league action to take place, and this past weekend saw the first goal in the brand new Betway Premiership being scored. Red cards, everything else, controversial moments, goalkeepers catching balls halfway through, the field. So at the end of the day, what is it that caught your attention? Because as you know, it is a Monday. It is Reaction Monday. #MSW, Marawa Sports Worldwide. Proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Let's go! The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. It's your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. #MSW.
All right, we got our exclusive conversation coming up later on, though, with Olwethu Makhanya. As you know, that he has signed a major contract up in Scotland, and find out how he's been able to settle in. So any questions or comments for him, please feel free. We just thought of starting where we left off last week, and starting with the person that we had a conversation with last week. And because so many things have happened over the weekend, it makes sense for us to talk about this big battle for the future of world football reaching boiling point. I mean, is it the beginning of the end for Gianni Infantino's reign at FIFA? The pressure is mounting. Alliances are shifting. Football's corridors of power are buzzing with speculation right now. And UEFA is reportedly mobilizing its members to withdraw support. Also to withdraw key football nations. They're also turning their backs, though, on the FIFA president, and fresh reports right this afternoon suggesting that Infantino is seeking political backing from the highest levels of the United States as questions over his future do intensify. So, with potential challenges that are beginning to emerge, including the CONCACAF president, Victor Mokliani, as well as the divisions that are growing within FIFA itself, the race towards next year's presidential election is becoming one of the most dramatic power struggles that the global game has ever witnessed. Now, who still stands behind Infantino? When can CAF's backing keep him in office? I've been asking all weekend. Has CAF said anything? Please update me. Maybe when I was driving here, CAF might have said something, but I keep asking the question relentlessly, and I'm asking it for a reason. Or are we witnessing the collapse of one of football's most powerful administrations? And that's why, to help us unpack the latest developments, we are joined by one of the world's leading football investigative journalists from the New York Times, a man who has been at the forefront of reporting on FIFA's inner workings and also the global football politics. Tariq Panja joins us on a Monday. Tariq, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the show again. What a way to begin. Do we even know where we are at this stage?
We are as we thought we would be when you and I last spoke, because Robert, I did say that this guy is toast when we spoke. As this thing collapsed, the idea that he can just sort of brush this off and everything would be fine was completely laughable, really. What you have a risk now is, if he doesn't go, is a major rupture in global football, because you have, I mean, we've seen it. Some of these members have given him their backing. Qatar, your Morocco's big power in your region there in Africa. Egypt have given their backing to Infantino. However, European football has largely turned its back on him. They will never take him seriously again. They will never work with him again, you can see. So unless he goes, what are you left with? You're left with a complete mess.
Sure. And this seeking political interference once again. I mean, he's treating this like a red card.
So I've seen those reports. I haven't been able to stand them up myself. You know, talking to people who know him, what they're saying is this guy is not a quitter. He doesn't give up. He'll do anything and everything to sort of stay. He is relentless. Now, you could think, you know, if you've got everything in your armory, you'll try it out. And, you know, he's probably trying to call in some of those favors. He's given the peace prizes and the Balagan affair and all of these things. However, what can they do? The World Cup in the US is finished. What are they going to do? Is Trump going to threaten to sanction? Oh, he could do. Is he going to tariff European nations that don't bank Infantino? Are we going to get to a point like that? For me, it just seems, if this was the case, again, I haven't been able to stand that up. If he's like desperately trying to engage the White House on this, you're also immediately at risk of breaching the FIFA rules on political neutrality, his own rules. So he really, maybe at some point, will realize, even if he thinks he's being hard done by here, and in his mind he was doing the right thing, for the best for football, given where we are today, this man probably, you know, has to step down or be removed.
I think that's what UEFA are kind of working towards, Tariq. It might be in a very strategic ways, because they're appearing to be coordinating a withdrawal of support. So how significant then is that from an Alexander Schäferin role in the campaign, and what message is UEFA trying to send?
Well, I think the initial statement from there, once UEFA put the initial statement out that we're going to boycott this thing, and then they put unless if this investment goes ahead, that's a big deal. Then they put another statement out to say they lost complete faith in this man's judgment and his ability to lead global football. Once that's done, and these people have all signed on to that statement, it would be kind of mad to think they wouldn't withdraw their letters of support, right? I think this idea that I think the news is I was just seeing on the BBC there just the England set to withdraw letter of support, and I was just thinking that's not news. The news would be England continue to support Gianni Infantino.
Yeah, I was confused about that because it almost sounds like they are now supporting him and they were drawing the fact that they were not supporting him.
No, it's basically this is the interregnum in between big events in this news. I think we're in a lull this last few days, like Wales pulling out their letter, saying they're not going to support. Of course, they're not going to support him. They're
part of it.
They called for his head yesterday. We're going to get these drip feeds of these letters from all these various associations. I think the Swedes said they're would like to find a candidate to stand against him should Gianni Infantino want to continue. It's all really sad as well, isn't it? I mean, look, Infantino has made his own bed here. This is of his own making, but day after day of this, it's a kind of a pathetic show at the moment, isn't it? And after such a after the World Cup that we had, there were some real highs, but there were extreme lows as well that exposed Gianni Infantino's governance of FIFA throughout that period. And he's given them 15 billion. He's got the legacy of 48 Team World Cup, first one in 3 countries. Look, you're doomed, man. He could have taken the win after that, but instead he's got this situation. I just think, just do everybody a favor at this point. No, I mean, what like you think about it. What happens if he stays? It doesn't all go back to normal, does it?
No, the divisions do remain, Tariq, and that's the problem, is that you can't sow these divisions by coming out with the different way of approaching life. You've told the world what you want to do. The world has said to you that we don't like what you are about to do. Therefore, we are taking steps. Obviously, CAF has been sitting in the presidential suite and watching and not saying anything and not committing themselves to anything, which again for me is a disappointment. But then am I surprised? Of course I'm not surprised. But there's a gentleman called Victor Montagliani. He's emerging as a potential challenger here. I mean, does he have, Tariq, the kind of support and credibility to mount a serious campaign?
I think he is someone who would believe himself ready to do it. He's certainly, I think, is looking at what's happening, coordinating with Europe. You've seen those statements are pretty similar. He's been around long enough. But, fundamentally, I kind of don't care who's going to be the next president, because the system creates this situation where whoever's come in, we've seen, becomes all too powerful. What should maybe happen is an interim president, which we had last time, and they promised those reforms, but this time actually go through with proper democratic reforms, where you're not having a situation where all of these members are just kind of quiet and pliant because you're paying them or giving them gifts in some other way, or committee seats and all the rest of it. Like, should be a great moment to overhaul the entire thing, have transparency, and not just at FIFA, at their confederation bodies as well. I'm not in Africa, but let me. Robert, what's going on with CAF? How are they comfortable with this situation? What does this make African football look like? Because for me, from outside, African football, CAF, looks like a satellite of Gianni Infantino's FIFA. Is he? How much better has he made African football in the time he's been there? You're closer to it than me.
Sure.
Why are they so supportive of him?
I think from where I stand again is based on the pre-election interference that came through from Gianni Infantino, which gave rise to Patrice Motsepe ascending into the space of being the president of CAF. As you know, that usually there are elections, there are 3 candidates, and everybody goes into a vote. This time around, yes, potentially it was going in that direction until he had a plan to say, let's not divide Africa like Africa has been divided before. He has a plan. You are the president. You'll be the vice. You support him. And everything else was put into place. And then since then, and I hear people, Terry, constantly talking about, he has supported Africa. He's been good to Africa. he is visible in Africa. He's more visible at a CAF Champions League than he will be at a UEFA Champions League, where he'll not be visible at all. He'll be visible in many of the conferences here, maybe some of the games. Like I say, whether it's the Champions League final, he will physically be there, where he doesn't do the same for the other confederations. So he knows that it's the biggest block. And if anybody were to kind of save him, in inverted commas, it has to be Africa. And the strongest base support is from the African continent, ultimately, probably the second biggest. And I don't know if he's leaning on that to save his presidency.
Yeah, and also this idea that you have to have one voice. What is that? Because to me, it looks like what football needs is a plurality of voices, discussion, a chance to talk about changes when they're happening, not having them imposed on you from up on high. And CAF of all the confederations has been subject to enormous and sudden changes to important events, notably the Africa Cup of Nations. Is it 2 years? Is it 4 years? Is it going to be this time of year? And with very little discussion, things just get imposed on them, and the stakeholders don't seem to have a voice in any of this.
I think it's about money, Tariq. Just to come in there. They would have a voice, yes. And if you remember at the start of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON, the president who held a press conference in Johannesburg announcing that it's going to be the biggest prize money that WAFCON has ever had. We all know that women's football needs and wants and deserves more money. But at the same time, is it always enough to dangle a carrot where money is concerned? And 32 million rand in South African rand or currency is a lot of money. But is it always just about the money, or is it about a bigger picture?
Yeah, this is it. This is about football development. Is it improving in Africa? And all of this. I remember being at the World Cup, and we had nine teams from CAF qualify for the last 32. And everyone was like jumping up and down, saying, "Look, we got 9 from the." But I was just like, "Hang on, the last World Cup was 32 teams, so we're just as we are. Let's wait until the quarterfinals. Let's wait until deeper into the tournament, and then we can have this rush to judgment about how successful all of these programs have been." African football is ready to really, as you know better than me, to really kick on. Has it kicked on massively under Motsepe and Infantino? I don't think so. I just think there's been a huge amount of controversy.
Yeah, there has been, Tariq. And maybe just the parting shot. What I always call for is, sometimes you can have press conferences where you talk about your university days and how wonderful life was at university, and you put your own little storyline to whatever it is that you want to tell the journalists, and the journalists will lap it up and they'll clap, and then everybody has a wonderful meal afterwards. Why not have a one-on-one? I always say, instead of these sweetheart interviews that are given now and again, which are handpicked, why not open yourself up to an interview that will be very inquisitorial, an interview that's going to ask the hard questions, an interview that's going to set the pace of where you are as the president of CAF, and then we all walk away saying, damn, this is the right man for this job. He is the future of football on the continent, and unfortunately we don't get that.
So that's also telling, isn't it? That's your answer. He's not giving you that because these questions are too difficult to answer because not enough has happened. And it's the same at Gianni's Infantino's level. This man was running away from press conferences. He hadn't had one for a couple of years until we arrived in Mexico City, Robert. Yeah. And he was presided over what he says was the most successful World Cup in history. It's the first president in my lifetime of attending these World Cups where we didn't have a closing press conference. Should have been his victory lap, shouldn't it? But no, we didn't see him. We have to sort of peer at his celebrity endorsed Instagram page instead.
Oh, my goodness. Tariq Panja, I'm sure the next 48, 24 hours, however many hours, are going to be important for world football right now. But I always appreciate your availability, no matter what the time or hour. Africa does appreciate you, and trust me, the respect is mutual. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Robert. All the best.
That's Tariq Panja, a New York Times journalist, joining us on this very, very important topic. Love to hear from you.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. MSW.
Life is full of surprises, but your insurance premiums shouldn't be. Savings on your car insurance is a sure thing with MyWay. Leaving your wallet smiling every month. Switch to MyWay and save up to 40% on your car insurance premiums today to live your way.
Real people, real cars, real savings. For a quote, visit myway.co.za. Premiums are risk profile dependent. MyWay is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's apply. MyWay. Live your way.
Feeling bold? Step into the action with Lotto Star's live game shows. Bet now and watch your luck unfold on Crazy Coin Flip, Balloon Race, Crazy Pachinko, Ice Fishing, and many more. You could win instant payouts of up to 25 million rand. Lotto Star, your world of live games. Lotto Stars licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 Winners know when to stop. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
As a mom, you're the moment maker. With Lancewood by your side, of course. The everyday breakfast toast spreader. The snack-packed lunchbox maker. The don't forget this for later packer. The one more hug before you leave, and sister. And when everything quietens down, a moment for yourself taker. With creamy, indulgent spoonfuls of Lancewood double cream yogurt. Obviously. Lancewood. Quality time.
Every drive feels like a holiday when you're inside a Suzuki Jimny 5-door. With more space, more freedom, and roads that don't have to be planned. Starting from 439,900. Ready for your next getaway? Book your test drive at suzukiauto.co.za.
There comes a moment when you stop chasing the next thing and start choosing what truly fits your life. The Bike X55 Plus Premium and all new B30 are built for those moments. Premium design, intelligent technology, refined comfort, exceptional value. Because success isn't about making a statement, it's about making the right choice. Visit bikesa.co.za to explore the vehicle ranges or book your test drive today. Bike, drive your ambition.
Oh, Shane, do you have a sore throat? The Andalex range of lozenges offers two options. At the first signs of an irritated, scratchy throat, use Andalex lozenges for dual action, soothing relief. But for a painful, inflamed throat, use Andalex C lozenges for triple action, pain relief. Andalex, SA's #1 choice for a sore mouth and throat. Andalex lozenges are available at all leading pharmacies and supermarkets.
Just Andalex it.
Andalex, a proud sponsor of The Masked Singer Season 3.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Without y'all, I couldn't kick it like this. I wanna.
Around Bafana Bafana, Coach Hugo Broos has bid farewell basically to Bafana Bafana. Hugo Broos,
I thank Grant, Copano, Dr. Molobi, my two analysts, Sini and T, Helman Makalele in particular. Assistant from the first minute, he helped me enormously to know South African football and its players. Without Helman, we could never have achieved this. Together we created the Bafana Bafana DNA that earned us a bronze medal in AFCON, the second round in the World Cup. Today, Bafana Bafana is number 54 on the world's rankings.
This team, etched in history.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
Mr. Marawa, White Shanganye, good evening. And Reaction Monday, Mr. Marawa. Well done to Orlando Pirates and well done to Kosi Nation. Yeah, the youngsters at Kaizer Chiefs, I think once they gel, we'll have something to talk about. I'm actually proud, Mr. Marawa. I'm proud on what I saw. Yeah, I think we will give them a run for this season. And yeah, Pagania, they launched their store. Beautiful Kaizer Chiefs sold out stadiums. Hey, I love this team, Mr. Marawa. I love your show. I love this team. I'm just from the village now. Got my t-shirt printed, White Shangan, number 15. Eish, Mr. Marawa, tanko.
All right, shots fired. Thank you so much there, White Shangan.
Not your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. Hashtag MSW.
All right, we'll give full volume of all the reactions that are coming through, coming up a little bit later on in the show, though, because we thought, hey, when a big move like this is made, from the vineyards of Stellenbosch to the bright lights of Major League Soccer, and now to one of the biggest and most historic football clubs in world football. I mean, it's a journey that's kind of built on courage. There's been consistency and an unwavering belief in his ability. And at just the age of 22, Olwethu Makhanya has taken another giant step in his career, completing a dream move from Philadelphia Union to Scottish Giants Rangers FC. He is on a 4-year deal, by the way. A player who rose through the ranks at Stellenbosch, also conquering the MLS, representing Bafana Bafana at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and now finds himself at the iconic Ibrox Stadium and ready to test himself in one of Europe's most demanding football environments. Now, there guys, I mean, supporters are already debating whether he is the future of the club's defense, while back home in South Africa, another young footballer is proving and providing that local talent can compete on the biggest stages. He does leave, though, Philadelphia with heartfelt gratitude after 3 unforgettable years there. But now there is a new chapter that begins in Glasgow, where expectations are enormous. I mean, trophies and are demanded. Every match is played under intense pressure. So joining us now is the man himself, Bafana Bafana defender and Rangers' newest signing, ladies and gentlemen, Olwethu Makhanya. Olwethu, thank you so much for your time. Good evening.
Hi, Robert. How are you?
I'm excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to hear that.
I'm very, very excited for you. I mean, you didn't whisper this into my ear when we had a chat at the World Cup, both in Mexico and in Atlanta. But I suppose these are big things that were going through your head. How do you feel now?
I mean, obviously to be here is like a really huge blessing for me. So right now, I'm really happy, but at the same time, I do realize the work that still needs to be done here.
Well, I mean, you reserve and deserve congratulations from all of us, myself included, the entire South Africa. People have been sending messages even last week when they heard the news. So on behalf of all of them, Mzansi, let me say once again, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the support and the love that everyone is showing. It's really gonna, help me do my things this side. I really appreciate it.
I mean, Rangers is one of the biggest clubs in world football. What does this opportunity mean to you personally?
It's a really great opportunity for me, to make a name of myself, because coming to play in Europe has always been, part of the plan, So now that I'm, given an opportunity to represent such a big club, I feel like it's a huge blessing and a really big opportunity for me, like I'm saying, to make a name for myself.
I mean, just the other day, you might not have had game time, but they immediately put you in the team sheet. You were sitting on the bench. The team got to play against Dundee United. It ended 1-1. I think that's when we had our conversation and you said to me, no, you've got a game on. I think it was on Friday. What did that feeling mean? Because that's almost like a welcome to say, have a taste, be on the bench, be part of the squad, travel with us. Give me an idea of what that was like.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great feeling, walking out into the field from the stands, just, experiencing the atmosphere, seeing all the fans loud, and all of them just welcoming me very well, and just being able to feel the energy, the passion, how much people are willing to do for this club. It was a really great experience. I've also had a good conversation with the coach, and I feel like that's like one of the reasons why, he put me in the squad, just to, get me to feel the energy and understand, how big is this club. So yeah, it was a really good experience.
I mean, your coach, as you talk about him, is Tariq Panja. I'm sure you've spoken to him. What has he told you about your role and his expectations from you within the squad itself?
I mean, yeah, we've obviously had like light conversation, as a legend of the club, he was first like, trying to make me understand, the history and how massive the club is, but also not trying to like, put pressure on me, and also coming in, he did explain to me that the team needs more defense force. So it's going to be crucial for me to come in and just, kick it running from the start. So yeah, he did say that he needs someone that's gonna lead from the back, someone who's gonna be, physical, be able to communicate, and also be like very comfortable on the ball.
And there's an age factor on your side, given how young you are.
Yeah, true. But I feel like age is just a number, and I feel like if you have what it takes, then definitely you can go in there and do your thing.
Because I also had a look at what the fans were saying. The Rangers fans were saying that already, talking about you as a long-term solution in defense. I mean, how do you deal with those expectations? Because that is massive, and Scottish football and the demands from the fans and how close they are to every action, every football player that gets signed up. They do the immediate homework and they tell you from the MLS, and they start to calculate how many other MLS players have played for Rangers, etc. But just going back to the original question, with the fans and their expectations, how are you dealing with that?
Honestly, for me, I would say I somehow kind of like enjoy the pressure because I feel like I play or perform at my best when I'm under pressure than when I'm just chilled. Because being under pressure like forces you to be always doing the right thing in the right time at the right time. So I feel like the pressure is just there to make me better. And I always try not to fall under it and just try to always embrace the pressure.
And when you sat in the dugout against Dundee, what are you picking up, though, just in terms of difference of approach to where you were in the MLS with Philadelphia?
Yeah, I mean, I was just sitting there, and I thought the MLS was physical, but when I got this side, the game is really physical. And also the weather, it can get like very cold. It can rain 5 minutes, stop, rain again. So yeah, I was just like picking up all that.
You ready for that?
Of course, being ready.
And like you were saying, that Scottish football is known for its physicality as well as its intensity. Is there a different way of preparing for that, or you just play the Olwethu way?
I feel like with me, I can give the game whatever it gives me. If the game like requires me to like be really physical, I can always be physical. If I have to slow down the game, I'm always able to slow it down. And if we have to play at high intensity, then I'm also comfortable doing that.
I mean, how much credit do you go and give like a Stellenbosch Football Club and Steve Barker, for example, for laying that foundation of your career?
Man, like I don't think people understand how much I appreciate that man, Steve. Because he was the first person to give me my first professional contract and actually make my dreams come true. Because ever since that day I signed my first team contract with Stellenbosch, like I never stopped believing. And having those people around at that time really helped me to achieve more things because they always like told me of all the potential that I have and how far I can make it. And those words, I feel like I've been just trying to live up to those words.
I mean, Stevie B himself, just like you, has left where he was at Stellenbosch and seek, greener pastures elsewhere outside of South Africa. There are many other young South Africans who dream of playing in Europe as well, who are not there. I look at guys that you were with at the World Cup, a Mufokeng, for example, who gets given a task of taking a penalty and a very decisive one. He says, hey, why not bring it to me? I take it. Is that a sign of something here, Olwethu? Because there's just a level of confidence that yourself, the Olwethus, they have, or Oswin or Paulus, for example, all the guys have at the moment.
I feel like yeah, it just shows that like South Africans, there's talent. We can go out there and have fun. It's just I feel like it's just a matter of mentality. If you're a professional, you just have to have like the right mentality and always be willing to make it to the next level and just keep on learning. But I don't think talent was ever the question. It's just a matter of professionalism. I feel like we have all the talent. It's just a matter of having the right mindset and be willing to go to the next level and just keep on learning as a player and a person.
Maybe an important question would be, how much of that experience that you had with Bafana Bafana at the World Cup helped raise your profile?
Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
And I'm just saying that with the recent, FIFA World Cup that was staged and your presence within Bafana Bafana, how much of that do you think helped to raise your profile?
I would say obviously being, part of the squad, being able to represent the team in the World Cup, obviously got my name out there. But with the teams in Europe, like negotiations have been happening way before I was in the squad with the national team.
So they had been eyeing you way before that.
Yeah, we've been in talk like way before the World Cup.
Who was the big deal maker there? Anybody we know?
Any teams that I've been talking to?
In terms of you going across to Rangers.
Sorry, I don't think I understand the question.
No, I'm just saying that who was the person, the middleman, for example, who made sure that the deal happens?
It's the people I work with, my agency.
Oh, I see. But then the difficulty again, Olwethu, leaving Philadelphia Union after 3 years, especially after that emotional message that you sent out. What's the feeling now? How have they accepted what's happened?
I mean, at first it was like really difficult when we were like, trying to speak to the club, trying to make them understand, that, going to Europe has always been, part of the plan. They kind of like did not take that well. And we just had to make them understand. I did feel like maybe a little bit of guilt or as if I was betraying them, but yeah, I mean, it's sometimes that's how it's gonna be. So it wasn't easy making that switch. Even when the team was offering me a better deal, but we had to talk with them and just make them understand that it was not about the money or anything. It's just like what I've been dreaming to, and that is playing in Europe.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to Olwethu. Congratulations on your move to the Scottish League. Quick one on my side. Do you also think this move is also going to give you an opportunity to get back into Bafana setup, an opportunity that I think you probably lost when you moved to the US? Just want to wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Olwethu.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Tebogo. Yeah, I think being this side, playing this side at this level, I think that could give me an opportunity to represent the national team.
What's the next move, hey? I see you got some big qualification matches that have been lined up. Europa League, you're going to be playing what in the next 3 days? So you're hitting the road soon.
Yeah. True. We have a Europa game soon, but like for me, I just joined the team, so like my main focus right now is just on the physical, on the mental side, just making sure that I'm just ready when the opportunity comes. So for now, I'm just like focusing on each game at a time. So the next one is the Europa game.
Sure, Europa game, and then it's off to Hibernian. You're going to be hosting them, so home game, and I'm sure and I hope that you'll be able to start in that match. Maybe just a final parting shot, Olwethu. I know you got to hit the road. With Coach Hugo Broos leaving, what's your feeling about that as far as the national team is concerned?
I think yeah. I mean, for like a lot of the guys that have worked with him for the past 5 years, I think it's not easy for them. And like I'm also grateful for being the first coach to actually call me in the senior team. I really appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, like I said before, it's all part of the games. These things happen. We just have to accept and be grateful and just wish him all the best moving forward.
I wish you the best moving forward, Olwethu. We are extremely, extremely proud of you as a human being, firstly, as a football player, secondly, and as an ambitious young man. I wish you everything of the best, and we'll be tracking and following every move, and I hope you achieve the goals that you've set out for yourself.
No, thank you very much, Rob. God bless you.
God bless you too, sir. Olwethu Makhanya, as he chats about his early stages with the Rangers. I mean, what a move for him. And I was trying to have a look earlier on and say, where does this place him? And I saw an article saying that the defender has entered into the top 10 of the most expensive transfers for South African after joining, Rangers from the United States. He has moved to Rangers for a transfer fee of 3.6 million euros, which is 68 million rand. Seen him enter the top 10 at number 7, equal with the transfer fee that it took Steven Pienaar which was 8th on the list, to leave Everton and join Tottenham Hotspur back in January 2011. So, he's slightly higher than that of Royal Union St. Julius, paid Orlando Pirates to get Relebo Fokeng, whose transfer fee was 3.5, which is 66.5 million rand. And at the bottom of the top 10 list is Benny McCarthy's permanent move to Porto in July 2003 after he had initially joined on loan from Celta Vigo. So again, McCarthy appearing at a number 6 for his transfer to Porto. But then, hey, sit back, Bafana forward Lyle Foster still carries the most expensive transfer for a South African after Burnley forked out 11 million euros, which is 209 million rand to get him from Westerlo. That was back in 2023. These are big amounts of money. But hey, good luck to Olwethu. Certainly proud of him.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
KFC Rewards is here for all you loyal finger lickers with the freshest drops SA has ever seen. KFC obsessed, groove, drip, side quest, or match day obsessed? Feed it all with epic missions that'll unlock exclusive rewards. Still just sitting there listening to this radio ad? Come on! Sign up on the KFC app, complete missions, and unlock guaranteed rewards you'll love. Like now, it's finger licking good.
Checkers brings you better freshness, better choice, and better value every day. On deals like Jacob's Kroning Instant Coffee 200 or 230 grams, any two for 299 Rand, save 101 Rand. And Finish dishwashing tablets 45, 50 or 56 per pack for 229.99, save 60 Rand. Plus get up to 40% back in U-Count rewards with your qualifying Standard Bank card. Valid until 10 August, only at Checkers.
Drivers, this winter, South Africa's roads can change in seconds. One moment it's clear, next, dense fog blinds your view. Don't drive on memory, drive on visibility. If you can't see clearly beyond 50 meters, pull over safely at the nearest truck stop. Stay alert, stay alive, check your surroundings and inform others. See and be seen. Let's navigate winter roads together. This message is brought to you by the National Department of Transport.
There comes a moment when you stop chasing the next thing and start choosing what truly fits your life. The Bike X55 Plus Premium and all new B30 are built for those moments. Premium design, intelligent technology, refined comfort, exceptional value. Because success isn't about making a statement, it's about making the right choice. Visit bikesa.co.za to explore the vehicle ranges or book your test drive today. Bike, drive your ambition.
Here's something more South Africans should know about. Some of the biggest advances in health are happening right here at home. Like local researchers helping develop a new TB vaccine called M72 that could stop the disease before people become seriously ill. And programs like Coach Impilo are helping men living with HIV overcome stigma and stay on treatment through peer support and private chat guidance. It's South Africans making a difference. Supported by the Gates Foundation for 25 years. Partners of human potential.
Everybody has that one life hack they live by. Like a secret route that gets you to work on time every time. But when colds, flu and a blocked nose block your flow, the only hack to clear your way is Sinupret Plus and Sinupret Syrup. It clears congestion by helping relieve inflammation, loosening thick trapped mucus for a 4-day faster recovery from acute colds, flu and sinusitis. So don't dry it, drain it with Sinupret. Sinupret, a product of Orstel, medicine with a conscience.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Premier Paddle Pretoria P1. That's where we are, just having a really, really stunning time of it. Toby Badenhorst, man, I did not know the magnitude up until now.
We've marked our spot in the paddle calendar, and we should do everything to try and treasure and keep it, because the sport is only going to get bigger and bigger, and there's really big markets that have not entered the space yet. I mean, think of the whole of Asia, China, Japan, South Korea, and America only has one event on the whole of the US. In Miami. Wow. So they're looking to add more events. Yeah, I mean, we should do everything just to protect it and to keep on positioning it as Africa's biggest paddle tournament.
#MSW. #MSW. Not your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. #MSW.
Yeah, that's how the Betway Premiership got underway over the weekend. The reigning Premiership champions, Orlando Pirates, launching their 2026 campaign with that 2-0 victory over the newly promoted Milford FC at the Orlando Amstel Arena, ensuring that very, very perfect start to their title. All right, we give you all the time right now up until the top of the hour to get it off your chest, your observations about your team, how that performed, all sorts of issues. Guys, we always look forward to a Monday because it belongs to you.
Hi Rob, this is Tomiat from Edenville. Greetings to you and greetings to MSW family. Reaction Monday, Rob. Rob, what a fantastic weekend of football. Congratulations, Kaizer Chiefs. Congratulations, Pirates. Rob, where is the Minister of Sport? I was checking around Orlando Stadium on Saturday. I didn't see VAR. I said he had sent the monies. Where is he? He must come and answer that. And then, Rob, I feel sorry for Cheskala's goalkeeper, Rob. That incident where he handled the ball outside the box. Those rugby markings, they distracted the boy, man. I think the referee should have been lenient to him on that incident, Rob. He should have applied his mind. Thanks, Rob.
Rugby markings distracting him. Even if he would have been closer to the halfway mark, would people still be saying that those rugby lines have been there for years? You know, South African football has been playing in rugby stadia for years. Sometimes even more pronounced than what they were then. They were probably more pronounced because the camera zoomed in to where he picked up the ball. But those are not always easily visible. You know, the white lines are brighter, they're there. He ran past those white lines to go into the field. I mean, you have a sense of feeling. You know, like they always say, defenders feel where the striker is around you. Just, you know, throw out your hands, have a sense of feel of where your area is. You can't run that far and still believe that those markings come on. That's a fairy tale story.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. Ukhuluma noSibongeleni Wamkhwane. Match day 1 ku Betway Premiership. It was very, very good and entertaining to see the boys back in action ku Betway over the weekend. I was happy for my boys Amazulu for collecting maximum points against Stellenbosch. But I think looking at the chances we created and the performance that we put in that game, I think we should have won it with more than one goal. But I was happy with 3 points. And coming to a game, TS Galaxy, ne Bloemfontein Celtic. Oh, that error from goalkeeper with TS Galaxy. I don't know what was going through his mind because he was already left 18 area for a long distance to grab or to catch the ball in that area, which resulted in a red card. But I think he is still young. He will learn from his mistake and grow and become one of the best goalkeepers to Betway Premiership. Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good choice always.
Yeah, I think you said it. He knew he was far away from his 18 yards. He knew. He's young, sure. Let's give him a chance. What was going through his mind would be the next best thing to know.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. An amazing weekend for football. Firstly, I just want to put it out there. Liverpool, I'm so disappointed. I don't know what happened. PSL is back. Orlando Pirates just doing the most there. And the Lions. Man, we are the masters of this derby. You know, this derby shouldn't even exist because we keep embarrassing them. The Lions, we are the masters of this. And the WAFCON, wow. I think this is the most competitive WAFCON ever. I don't think we'll ever get a WAFCON like this because all these teams are able to qualify for the next round. Like, this is amazing. All of these teams are able, even though you lost 2 of your opening matches, you can still qualify for the quarterfinals, which is amazing.
You can tell the energy, man. Yeah, of course. He starts off with Liverpool losing 4-2 against Leeds. They were in the front foot till a certain stage where they just lost their minds. I was just happy for Trey, Trey Nyoni, the man from Zim. Obviously, he's staying in England. He's 19 years old. Former coach Klopp gave him an opportunity as well, but not as frequently. But when you start using him now, you can tell that this is a boy. He's sharp. He loves to play. As for the Lions, all I'm saying is if they keep the consistency, wow, what a team.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Marawa. Good evening to the shareholders. Speak Mikey in Kensington. Yes, Mr. Marawa, what a great weekend. Yeah, finally. Game one. Only 29 left, yeah. Yeah, man, great results all around. It's good to see all the Picans are off the mark. Especially Pirates, I'm happy with the boys because last time we lost all our first 2 opening games. Yeah, the project continues, man. The youngsters are coming through. Happy with dancing, happy with the new kid in town, number 49, Kabele Khositsile. Yeah, the future looks bright, eh? Yeah, and I'm happy with Abomaki, yeah, Kaizer Chiefs, Amakosa Mahle. I see that they're on top of the log. The top goal scorer at this point in time is the Kaizer Chiefs player. Oh, man, what a great time to be alive as a Chiefs fan. Big Mike here, once and always. Great show as always, Mr. Marawa.
The confidence.
Evening, Tarop, and evening to the MSW listeners. Tarop, I think first we need to congratulate Urele Mfokeng. I mean, for him to be new in the team and be given such a huge responsibility, the winning penalty, I think shows how much the team values him and shows how much the team see him as a huge importance towards the season ahead. So congratulations to Urele. And congratulations to Amapagania for getting off to a great start to the new season. In Nakona, exciting new faces, exciting new players. Just have to be excited for the new season, Tarop. Great show is always Tarop. Sure.
Yeah, we have to be, but there were also some problems at Orlando.
Hi, Rob. Mpoye from Jamestown. Just want to address one issue which has been happening even from the previous season at Orlando Stadium. I see it is continuing. It happened once again this past weekend. The first fixture of the season, there's a big security risk at Orlando Stadium. And this is a big concern now. I don't know if it is stadium management or Orlando Pirates or whoever is responsible at that venue. They need to get their act together, Rob. They need to get their act together as a matter of agency. We are sitting on a ticking time bomb at Orlando Stadium, honestly. Something needs to happen. With the fixture coming this weekend of MTN 8 against Durban City, another possible sold-out fixture. I'm worried. I'm really worried as a Buccaneer who is consistently at Orlando Stadium. Pirates need to do something. If you can speak to Chandi or someone from the club, we need to hear our safety as supporters is not guaranteed at the moment. It is actually a risk to take your family to Orlando Stadium. It is actually a huge risk. Hopefully, the powers that be will get their act together and solve this problem for us. Please try to get people from Orlando Pirates to come and at least account or clarify. We don't want to take a risk going to stadium while our safety is not guaranteed. Thank you, Rob. Mpoye, Jamestown.
Hey, Mpo, thank you so much indeed. I'm just doubling it up, though, because as you know that we always live on the YouTube channel, even if there is no guest. So I always love the conversations that happen there. Just peeling off on that one around Orlando Stadium. There's one from Uti Klo says that, good evening, Rob. I'm disappointed regarding Amstel Arena's management this past weekend. I bought 5 tickets for my family, but we were turned away at the gate because the stadium was full. So, it's not the first time I hear of this. So maybe, again, to try and avert any danger moving forward, we do promise that we will zoom in. We'll bring all the authorities that know more than I do about what is going on, and maybe also get your calls and your voice notes on the day when we have them. And I promise that we'll try and have that conversation this week.
Good evening, Robert. My reaction Monday is on the news that I heard that the SAFA president for KZN has publicly come out, to declare his support for Danny Jordan. Now, Robert, please, can you bring this president onto your show? Just please ask him, whose mandate is he carrying? Is this the wish of the LFAs? Because I know for a fact that some LFAs haven't even discussed who they would like to be president of SAFA. Like, I would like to know, do the presidents of each province, do they have unilateral decision in terms of who becomes president? I thought that the clubs also have a voice in this. Can you please invite him to your show, Rob? Because we would really like to get some clarity, because this smells like corruption to me.
Yeah, corruption, very strong word, but I don't blame you for throwing it into the mix, though, because I've spoken to so many people and they're saying Sandile Zungu is in for a hiding and a half. The way that the SAFA mechanisms and mechanics work out, the politicking and how that works out is something that maybe he might not be familiar with, and that whatever happens, the end result will always lead Danny Jordan to be the president still, as everything goes on. And funny enough, I had a brief chat to him just before the show, because I wanted to just align and see when maybe he can come into the studio and give us his final take on his run for the presidency of SAFA. Can't share what he said to me.
Good evening, Mr. Rob. It's Olwethu here, and good evening to the MSW Shoulders. Reaction Monday. Firstly, I would love to say to all our lovely ladies, happy Women's Month. And with regards to the action, very pleased with how the big giants have performed, and I'm talking Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates. Chiefs getting a massive result, especially under the new coach Fernando de Cruz, giving the youngsters an opportunity, seeing the likes of Luke Partman, seeing the likes of Mfundo Vilakazi, seeing the likes of Wandile Duba getting the time that they need to showcase their talents. If they can go on like that, then I have a very good feeling that they'll have a massive good account of themselves in terms of competing for any form of title that they have up for grabs. So that's my expectation. Orlando Pirates, they have a massive target on their back, but as long as they just keep the pressure, keep cool, calm, composed, then they might be able to retain the title. And yes, lovely goals we've seen, controversial moments, but all I can say is I think we're very happy that slowly but surely football as we know it, in terms of club football, is making a comeback, and it all started with the Bedway Premiership. Great as always. Thanks.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you, Lefelang. Also to congratulate all of the athletes in the Commonwealth Games, guys. I know that we haven't focused on them, but the medals have come in rolling. Some of our athletes have been putting in some great performances all round. So plenty to talk about on the sporting front, including what is bubbling under. One of your most popular features on hashtag MSW seems to be making its way back onto the show. We'll tell you more about that tomorrow moving forward. This has been hashtag MSW Reaction Monday, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
The thrill, the drama, the action. Play the game again. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. Hashtag MSW.